Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this very sunny Friday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a Cattaraugus County school underwent a lockdown this morning. Details coming up.
Plus, a Jamestown woman discusses why she's challenging incumbent Republican Tony Dolce for the City Council's second ward seat. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by for us live in the First Defense Weather Center.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Friday to all of you. We made it through the end of another work week. It is another dry scan on First Defense Doppler, and it is going to be basically almost a rinse and repeat of yesterday, just a little bit warmer. 19 more days to go. Happy March 1st, by the way. Can you believe we're already 2 months into 2019. 19 more days to go until the first day of spring. Today officially starts spring in the weather world for record keeping, but officially on the calendar, 19 more days. That is coming up on March 20th. As we go hour by hour, bright sunshine through the early afternoon. Clouds will start to thicken up a little bit as we go into the evening hours. Temperatures will ride right around the mid-30s, which is right around average for this time of the year. But we are watching another storm system that's going to come in over the weekend and more Arctic cold. We'll talk about it with that Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-Day a little bit later on in the show.
This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
All right, Dakota, thank you. We start with breaking news. New York State Police say that Ellicottville Central School went into lockdown at around 8 a.m. this morning after a threatening note was located within the school. Authorities say no immediate credible threats existed, and the school is now currently in a modified shelter in place. Parents are reminded not to come to the school at this time until the lockdown/shelter in place is lifted. Police say the measures were taken for the safety of students and staff there. The Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office is assisting New York State Police in this investigation, and they say this is still an ongoing criminal investigation.
Meanwhile, a city man is accused of punching a female in the face during a domestic dispute last night on Halleck Street here in Jamestown. Jamestown police say the suspect, 31-year-old Travis Spencer, also had an order of protection against him. Spencer was located off-scene and arrested. He was taken to Jamestown City Jail to await arraignment, and he is charged with second-degree harassment, 2 counts of first-degree criminal contempt, and aggravated family offense.
And the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says a number of prisoners suffered minor injuries after a federal prison transport van traveling on Route 380 slid off the roadway and crashed into a ditch in the town of Stockton on Wednesday night. Deputies said the U.S. Corrections van carried multiple prisoners inside. Those hurt were taken to Brooks Memorial Hospital for further evaluation. Investigators say Stockton and Cassadaga rescue crews assisted deputies at the scene there.
And the search to find the next senator for New York's 57th Senate District is on.
This after New York State Senator Kathy Young announced on Thursday she is stepping down to become the director of New York State's Center of Excellence for Food and Agriculture at Cornell Agritech.
Now this morning, Chautauqua County Republican Chairman Dave Wilfong explained to us the process to fill her seat. Wilfong says he hopes that Governor Andrew Cuomo calls a special election to fill the seat.
The problem with that is that has to happen very, very quickly. Myself and the other chairs from Cat County, Allegheny County, Livingston County, we would get together and take a look at the candidates that would like to run. And in our area, of course, our number one candidate would be Andy Goodell. We would see if he would like the job. Over here in Cat County, it would be Joe Giulio. Both of those guys are assemblymen. They do a great job. So I haven't heard from either one of those gentlemen if they would like the job. But one of the issue is if just if you could imagine Andy Goodell saying yes for it, and then we'd have to backfill Andy's spot. So there's a lot of work to that. Now, one of the things that go on is that if neither one of those individuals said that they would want the job, then we would actually start looking for a candidate. And we could go as far as George Barilla. We could ask George if he would like that type of position. And if he accepted once again, we'd have to backfill George's spot, too. There are a couple people out this way now. Don't forget, Allegheny County and Cattaraugus County are involved in this, too. And they're going to have their own group of people or candidates that they think would like that job. Then if we can't find anybody at that level, then it would actually kind of roll down into where I would think each county would bring forward the best candidates that they thought that they could run, and then we'd have to vote on that. So it could be 4 or 5 days of very, very busy voting and meetings and that type of stuff.
For the special election, I would assume that the Democrats would have someone as well that they would vie for that spot, correct?
Yes, that's what I would think. And I don't know, like I said, it just happened yesterday, so I don't know really where the Dems are with this. But one of the things is they're under the same time constraints that we are. So there's going to have to be an election. It'll have to be this fall. And then if I'm not mistaken, I do believe whoever this gentleman or young lady is, they would have to actually run again next year because that's the cycle. That's the 2-year cycle that Kathy was on. So it's a huge undertaking where you really have to find the right candidates.
Now, Wilfong says that Cuomo could leave the seat vacant until the next election, although he doesn't believe that will happen. Now, Young said in a statement yesterday that the decision to leave is, quote, bittersweet. She was thanking everyone in the district for their support and giving her an opportunity to serve this region.
And Matt, this really was absolute huge news on Thursday that I think, Wilfong and I were talking before that interview on the phone, and, he said took him by surprise. But Senator Young, in her statement, you can read the full statement on WNYNewsNow.com right now. We have that for you. We have a reaction as well, and then we'll have this story on the search coming up just after this broadcast. But, the senator, it's the right time for her to move on and to try different ventures. And she really has, according to Wilfong and many other officials chiming in on this, she really has made an impact on the area. And I think that the impact will, even go beyond her term as senator. So, looking at the comments, Erica saying, sad to see her go. And Erica, that's kind of the voice and of a lot of people out there in that story. That story went from being a breaking story to, I think it is going to be the biggest story of our week view-wise.
Well, it's interesting, and it's interesting too, Justin, because I had a conversation with somebody yesterday that is mostly aligned on the Democratic side. Yeah. And even this person said that they were sad to see Kathy Young, who's a Republican, go. So, I mean, Kathy Young has, over the years, she's been known to reach across the aisle. And I just find it...
Right, working with everybody.
Yeah, and just speaks to the legacy that she does leave behind, or will leave behind, I should
absolutely. Say. And, I'm talking with different family members, and, they're supporters of Kathy, friends and family, and supporters of her. And, they were very much shocked and sad by this, but I think everybody has a time. And, I like to say there's no time like the present. So if you want to do something, do it. And, certainly, I think she will be missed. She was an easy person to interview and to talk to. I personally, I wish her well. So we'll see what else is happening. Saying hello to Alberta. She says she's having buffering issues. Alberta, I would try to just refresh your Facebook Live app. That would probably do it.
Yeah, because our producers are telling us it's streaming live here.
Green to go. We get the green light, and it means we're good.
Beautiful.
Looks like Samantha is here. Mark is here. Connie has joined us as well. Happy Friday to all of you. Hopefully you're enjoying this sunshine that's out there. I know on the one monitor here we got the live look over the NCC and the Northwest Arena, and there is so much sun out there that I'm certainly really excited.
Look at the
about
roads,
it. I
too.
know.
The roads
and it's
are
clear.
great. It's
People
clear.
are traveling.
Yeah, this
Life
is great.
good.
This is great.
We have a lot more news to tell you about. Coming up, officials receive a grant for a recently shuttered Dunkirk power plant. The deets on that.
But first, a city woman explains why she'll be challenging an incumbent for Jamestown City Council, Dakota.
Remember that? God is great. People are crazy. No, wait. It's God is great. Well, whatever. High yesterday was 32 degrees, and more good-looking weather is ahead for today. News Now at Noon continues in just a minute.
Family is so important to Michael and I. Both of our families attend this church. So March 15th is going to be a night that, we're welcoming people. It's not church. It's a family night, we're calling it. It's fun. We're going to have activities for the children. We're going to have music. We're going to have refreshments. There's something for everyone.
All the churches that I've ever been in, I've been in church since I was a little baby, all the way up until now. This church has the most love in it that I've ever experienced.
So like our Facebook page, New Hope Church on Facebook.
We also have a website,
yeah.
newhopejamestown.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
When I'm streaming and I'm talking to my community, we have that literally split-second interaction. If somebody says hello, I say hello right back immediately, and it kind of creates that connection. Because my subscribers and my followers, we pretty much go by Re-Up's Army. All the hate and everything that goes around, that's kind of our mission statement. Is just be positive and enjoy each other's time. It's more or less just trying to use the internet in a positive way. We all from around the world get to connect on the same level, which is, we all love video games. Mixer.com/Re-Up. I'm live every single day, 8 p.m.
I think we know even in the last couple of years with the changes in the elections, that change is on the rise, and that something new is abounding.
That's Raven Mason Thompson, who spoke with us during an informal press conference at her home on Newton Avenue on Thursday. Mason Thompson said she is running for office because the city is hurting and current government officials are not helping enough.
Are we going to be victim to our circumstances? Are we going to be victim to the system? Or are we going to take the system on and decide not only to be part of the process, I've been part of the process. Okay, I'm political, I vote, but now I want to be part of the change in the progress. I want to see that we have some new beginnings, new opportunities. I don't believe anybody is a lost cause. I'll just tell you right now, I don't care if you've been an addict for 50 plus years, I say there's hope. And I believe there's hope in the system. With the right mindset, we'll overcome.
Now, when asked if there is anything specific to City Ward 2 that if elected she'd improve, Mason Thompson said she wants to help at the family level. She said Ward 2 is an opportunistic area to focus on building a safe place for children and families. She said that she could create a support system to help break addictions. The candidate also said that if elected, she would address zombie properties and better engagement with the public. Now, in order to receive the Republican nomination, Mason Thompson would have to defeat longtime City Councilman Tony Doles. When asked if Mason Thompson would run independently, she said she would want to see what happens in this spring's primary first.
New York State's 4th Appellate Division listened to arguments yesterday on the SAFE Act in the conviction of Silver Creek man Benjamin Wassel. Now, James Ostrowski, who is representing Wassel, argued that the New York Attorney General's office didn't have jurisdiction in the case. Ostrowski and opponent Matthew Keller from the AG's office also argued about what weapons are classified as, quote, semi-automatic. Now, in addition, Keller also argued that the Second Amendment doesn't apply to so-called assault weapons. Now, a decision on the case is expected to be released at some point between March 15th and the 22nd.
Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello and Dunkirk Mayor Willie Rosas announced this morning that a $60,000 grant has been awarded to secure a feasibility study to investigate opportunities to repurpose the NRG plant there in Dunkirk. The study is expected to last 6 to 12 months. Now, according to officials, site attributes, assets, and liabilities are among the items that will be reviewed. Borello says that the feasibility study is the first step to repurpose what he says is a critical waterfront asset for the county. The NRG plan originally closed last year, and at the time, numerous officials voiced their disappointment with that closure.
Yes, Justin, I remember that when that plant closed, you could just sense the like the impact it had. Because, sometimes for us, with some of the North County facilities such as the NRG, we may not feel the impact necessarily as South County residents.
Right, there's kind of that North-South County divide.
Until the officials bring it into perspective, and then you start feeling it.
And that perspective that you're hitting on is the fact that you lose that tax money and that tax base. And that's a huge facility that, right now is just sitting there. So certainly, hopefully they'll be able to get something working on there. So hopefully you all are having a great Friday. I do want to answer your question about the school that is on lockdown. It is Ellicottville Central School. Officials there telling us that they received a note for threat. Nobody's hurt. Right now, they're looking into that threat. The school is kind of on a lockdown,
shelter in place.
A lockdown, shelter in place combo. So don't go to the school, they said. Everything is okay. You can read the full details on WNYNewsNow.com. But certainly, scary situation, especially in today's world of the fact that, when we think of lockdown, we sometimes think of the absolute worst. But these measures are in place to really protect the kids, which is really what it's all about. Coming up next here, details on a nationwide celebration happening now.
But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with that Brotherhood Property Maintenance First Defense weather as News Now continues.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs, no matter the season. Brotherhood Property Maintenance does it all, from professional plowing during the winter months to expert landscaping all summer long. Count on Brotherhood Property Maintenance for mowing, landscaping, tree work, spring and fall cleanup, plus snow removal. Serving both commercial and residential lots, check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us right now to book an appointment.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
It's God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. I know I screwed it up. They told me that during the commercial break. Here's the camera from the Seneca Allegheny Casino in Salamanca. And man, look at the blue sky showing up. It's another gorgeous day, so get out and enjoy it with temperatures into the mid-30s throughout the day. It is March 1st, which means we're going to take a look at February in review, where we were in terms of the high temperatures. And believe it or not, we actually had more days that were actually below average than we did above average. But look at where we were for the month. Our crack weather staff did the calculation on this morning, and the average month for the high, well, the average high for the month was 36. We should be near 35 for an average high for the month, so we were 1 degree above average, and we really think because we had these string of 50s early on in the month, that helped boost our average high for the month up 1 degree. But yeah, we definitely had some days that were pretty cold over the last 28 days. And because it's been so clear, we're finally getting a great look at the ice ice coverage on Lake Erie. The ice concentration on Lake Erie is 92% right now, but you can notice some of these cracks in the ice coverage. It's very interesting to look at, and if you peek right about in here, that is, you guessed it, Chautauqua Lake. And we're actually seeing some of the ice coverage on Chautauqua Lake coming from the satellites up in space. So how cool is that? Awesome. Speaking of the skies, here it is. Here's the News Now cam. Gorgeous sunshine, few thin level clouds, but otherwise it is going to be a great early afternoon. 30 at the airport right now, a light wind of 3, and when you have a very light wind, that means very little to no wind chill index. But clouds will start to thicken up as we go throughout the afternoon as another system moves our way. Here's what's going on. High pressure moves on out. This system scooted by to our south. We got away scot-free with that, but this is the system that's going to come in Saturday ahead of another system that comes in on Sunday and Monday. That's the next big thing. It is the storm system we've been telling you about over the past couple days, and we're starting to get a better handle of the storm track. We think it's going to track along the mid-Atlantic, and what's going to happen here, rain to the south, snow to the north, and behind it, cold air will start to come in. Now, the exact track of this is still a tad bit in question, and the exact impacts are still a little bit in question here, but tomorrow we should throw out the snow totals tomorrow, our final call for snow totals. So we'll show you through the day here on Future Scan, really nothing. Clouds will thicken up through the late afternoon as that system approaches, and then maybe a few scattered snow showers early tomorrow, nothing of a big deal there. Here comes the system through the afternoon, a quick inch. That's about it. Not a big deal there. And then to show you the storm system Saturday through Monday, we have to switch the computer models to a longer range model. And you can see this model is showing it working our way out of the south. It's not going to start as rain. I don't agree with that. And you can see it starts to overspread the region out of the south. The darker blues indicate the heavier amounts of snow. But I'm kind of thinking we have to move this heavier snow line up a little bit more. But the track on this is pretty good. We think we're going to get some impacts out of this. And then ultimately, as we go throughout the day Monday, it all goes out of the south and moves out of the area. So projected snowfall totals here. Some of the models are being a little bit more aggressive with this, but this is one model solution, about 3 to 4 inches, and then obviously 5 to 6, which you were closer to that center of the storm. But maybe totals maybe 4 to 5, 6 inches. We can bring them up a little bit farther northward into the southern tier. So obviously the farther north you go, the less amount of snow you will see. But we'll have final call numbers on this tomorrow, and I'll throw it out on social media tomorrow. And man, it's going to get cold over the next 7 to 10 days. Arctic air returns once again. We'll go zone by zone for you very quickly. We'll start first of all in the eastern counties first, and temperatures here should make it into the mid to upper 30s. Lots of sunshine, few more clouds for the afternoon hours. Lake Erie shoreline a little bit cooler here because of the wind direction coming out of the northeast, but slightly warmer as well. Now I want to show you the next 7 days of your wonderful life. 28 on Sunday. There's that possible storm system with snow, and boy, oh boy, it gets cold into early next week with snow showers almost each and every day. Sports is next. Do not go away.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Rejoice, sports fans, it is Friday. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Tonight at 7 o'clock, the Jamestown Red Raiders varsity girls basketball team will be on the road against the Frontier Falcons in the Section 6 Class AA semifinals. Jamestown has won their last 6 games and advanced in the playoffs after defeating the Lockport Lions 51-33 in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. Frontier moved on to the semifinals by posting a 63-31 win over the Lancaster Legends on Tuesday in the quarterfinals. The winner will advance to the Section 6 Class AA finals. Happening right now until the end of this weekend, the Jamestown Raiders Junior Varsity Hockey Club will be playing in the New York State's Championship Tournament. The tournament is taking place at the Hyde Park Ice Pavilion in Niagara Falls, New York. The Raiders already played their first game, which took place at 10 a.m. this morning against East Aurora, Holland. They will also have 2 games tomorrow, one at 8:30 a.m. versus Cold Spring Harbor, and the other being at 2:30 against Batavia, Genesee. The semifinals and championship games will be on Sunday. The games can either be streamed live on the Media One Group website or can be listened to on Kissin' Oldies 1340 AM WKSN. Tonight with a 7 o'clock puck drop, the Buffalo Sabres will be hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. Buffalo has lost 6 of their last 8, slipping to 6th place in the Atlantic Division with 66 points. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh is in 5th in the Metropolitan Division with 74 points. The game will be televised on MSGB and can be viewed on the NHL app. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you, sir. Now time to dust off your cat in a hat. Grab 1 fish, maybe 2 fish, red or blue fish. Now Friday is National Dr. Seuss Day. That's today. It is also known as National Read Across America Day. The National Education Association started this initiative as part of Read Across America and encourages schools and communities across the country to celebrate reading. National Read Across America Day is usually held on March 2nd. That's the birthday of Theodore Seuss Geisel, the author we know as Dr. Seuss. But this year, his birthday falls on Saturday, and since schools will not be open, this special event is being celebrated 1 day earlier.
Wow, you did that really, really well, Matt. The red fish, the blue fish.
Well,
thing.
we try. I mean, the Dakota talked to me this morning. During our news and weather production meeting.
Yeah.
And he said, "Look, you have to
Don't screw it
try.
up."
Don't screw it up because if you do." He's not going to come in at all while you're on vacation, and I'm stuck doing weather.
Oh, boy, it'd be a 1 minute.
We'll give John the weather duties.
So the pressure was on. No, you know who would really, I would love to give the weather duty sometime, and he's not watching right now, so I'll tell him in our meeting on Monday. Our Rory Polero. I want to see Rory do the weather.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't give
What?
the weather duty.
Well, we have seen over the time of WNY News Now, we have seen some very, very, very hilarious mock weather reports by our staff.
It's sad because the viewers, unfortunately, I don't think would ever see them because they're in the archive because some of them aren't 100% appropriate for the public.
Oh.
They're pretty funny. So, but yeah.
Some of them need an R rating on them, I think, or something like that. Well, I don't think it's that bad. But
Samantha's commenting, daughter loves Dr. Seuss. You know what? I clearly agree. I remember, even just now, like smaller cousins really enjoying those types of books, and it really is a great way to get people to read. And for us, a lot of people don't realize writing is a huge, huge part of our job. Like probably 60+% of it is the writing, and the rest of it's all this, and the video and stuff. So I think that you got to be in order to be a good writer, you have to be a good reader. And in today's world, I think people are so digital that almost reading is taken to the side. But at the same time, there's a lot of reading online.
Right.
There's a lot of articles.
But I don't think, though, when it comes to reading actual books, I don't think people read books, though, anymore. Even e-books. I mean, I don't even think people do that
It's almost
anymore.
like just whatever I got on my phone, I got on my phone.
And I want to detail real quickly here, because I know our producers are telling us to get a move on for the final. But, it reminds me of our business meeting yesterday. Yeah. And we had a conversation with some people about, where journalism. Think about journalism, for example. Yeah. Again, we've become so digital, but the backbone is the writing because Without being able to write, you wouldn't have anything to produce visually and what have you. So,
absolutely. So
yeah, you
good
are
job
right,
to
gentlemen.
all of our writers. Final look at weather, Dakota.
Absolutely, and writing is also a big part of weather. Weekend storm, again, that track is going to remain to our south, and we think we're going to see some snow out of it, and I think probably the right down near the state line, possibly some heavy snow. The questions are probably about 5 or 6 inches, but we'll throw final numbers out tomorrow on social media. Look at that. Single-digit lows throughout much of next week. Ouch.
Oh, man, I'm so glad I'm not going to be here. Dakota, thank you.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, so we are all back Monday, and then Maddie's you're in charge after that on Tuesday. So stay connected. Download our app if you haven't already. WNY News Now on the App Store and Google Play Store. We leave you with a look over Chautauqua Lake. Hopefully you have a great weekend. See you then.